Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody, and welcome to Pangolin, the conservation podcast, the show dedicated to exploring and amplifying the world's underappreciated conservation stories. The stories that inspire me, and I hope will inspire you too. I'm your host, Jack Baker, and today I am doing something a little bit different. I am not joined by a guest, a bit like the Pangolin I Met a Pangolin special episode a few weeks ago. I am all alone to tell you a little bit of a story, and I'm so excited because it has something to do with this. That's right, if you are watching a video episode, you will see what I'm holding up. If you're not, tune into Spotify if you want to see, or onto social media, or onto whatever, before I slowly reveal and mysteriously reveal that in fact I am holding a trophy that I won from BIAZA and the BIAZA Awards for their Rising Star Award, and I'm here to tell you all about that today. So without further ado, let's get started. And welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for joining me once again when there's not a guest here. It's just little old me with a little bit of a story for you. And that is a story that revolves all around this, my BIAZA award, which still sounds strange to say, which is the BIAZA Rising Star Award 2023. If you're watching the video version, you can see my name on it, and it's just fantastic, and I'm so happy, and I'm so grateful, and the reason that I'm doing this today and kind of a different episode for you is because the reason why I got this award, and I can't stop looking at it now, the reason I got this award, I think is largely because of all of the love and support that you guys have shown me, and all of the listeners to this podcast, you have shown me, and my friends and my family and people in my life have shown me. And so it feels right to tell you and kind of do a little like acceptance speech almost episode about why this award, well, what this award is and why it's so important to me. And so yes, let's get started, I guess. It's strange when there's not a guest here and I have somebody else to question. I just am relying upon me to be entertaining. But yes, let's get started with the story, which is, yes, I won this award from BIAZA. And for anyone who doesn't know, BIAZA is the British and Irish Association of Zoos and Aquariums. And from their website, so I didn't mess it up, they are officially described as the professional body representing the best zoos and aquariums in Britain and Ireland. They have over 100 members who pride themselves on their excellent animal welfare, education and conservation work. And so, yes, they are basically the body that oversees all of your favourite zoos and aquariums within the UK. They are the ones that kind of help to bring those organisations together, to coordinate kind of campaigns with them, to kind of help establish rules and get everybody together in the same room to talk about things. They're kind of the body that oversees all of that and ensures that all of the zoos and aquariums across the UK and Ireland are at a brilliant standard for conservation and education and all of these things. And yes, some more facts and figures from their website just to get us started, because I think this is really impressive, and I am so excited that I kind of knew this, but it's my first chance to talk about it. In that zoos are incredible organisations. 35 million people visit BIAZA collections every year. Over 1 million education sessions are delivered in BIAZA collections every year. Over 1,300 research projects are taking place into kind of topics to do with zoology and conservation and genetics and all of these kind of like amazing things. The zoos and aquariums across the UK support 850 field conservation projects out in the wild, and BIAZA contributes approximately £24 million to conservation projects a year. So it's a huge, impressive, wonderful organisation that ensures that conservation is done in the very, very best way in zoos. And so it is something that I have admired for a very long time. The organization is something that I have kind of looked up to and talked about a lot in talks and on the podcast and all of these sorts of things. And they are the organization that obviously oversees my second home, which is Edinburgh Zoo and the Royal Zoological Society of Scotland, where I work and deliver education sessions and various things with them. And so, because of that work and because of the podcast and everything this year, two people, the wonderful Amy from Edinburgh Zoo and the wonderful Holly from ZSL, Zoological Society of London and London Zoo, they nominated me to BIAZA for a BIAZA award for Rising Star, and I won. And I can't believe I won. The award ceremony was last week, and yes, I received an email and a message just saying like, "Oh, you have won this award," and I couldn't believe it. Like I'd known I'd been nominated. The people who nominated me had told me, and I was so nervous because I knew when the award show was. I did not stay up looking at Twitter or trying to see work out oh, maybe I've won, maybe I've not. I was so stressed that I was like, oh, well, I kind of want to win, but I don't know if I want to win, but it doesn't really matter because it's not all about awards, but and it was just stressing with my head because I was I don't know what's going on. So I went and saw The Little Mermaid, which is very good, by the way. And then when I came out of The Little Mermaid, I had found out that, oh, you've won this thing, and it's amazing, and I am so grateful, and I can't believe it. And The Little Mermaid got me hyped enough, never mind winning this award. And so, yes, a couple of days ago, I went into work and I got given this beautiful trophy from the CEO of BIAZA, Joe, and the CEO of RZSS, David, and all of these amazing people were there, Becky, the head of education, and they gave me this trophy, and it was just, it means the absolute world. And the reason it means the absolute world, which I guess is the bulk of what I want to talk about, is because zoos and aquariums and BIAZA collections at large shaped who I am and how I got into conservation. And so to be recognised while standing in the zoo that I think I pretty much grew up in, meant everything to me, because it was everything that I've done over the past few years, and in the field of conservation has meant something and is being recognised, and it meant the absolute world. So yes, I basically I am a child of the zoo. I remember when I was younger, my Edinburgh Zoo is built on a hill, and my mum always says it was the fittest she was ever in her entire life was when I was younger and in a buggy, because she would take me to the zoo and walk me up and down the hill very, very often, and it was just fabulous. I remember growing up there and being fascinated by all of the different species. I remember when the kind of Bodongo Forest kind of chimp house opened, and that was incredible, and it opened my eyes to new possibilities in conservation and research. And I remember kind of growing up and going and seeing the African plains was always one of my favorites, and seeing the zebra. And then I remember the rhinos, and my first day kind of when I got the job at Edinburgh Zoo, the rhinos came up and kind of said hello to me, and it was weird because it was quiet, and there was no members of the public in yet, so that kind of formative connection, it just all throughout my life, whether I was working there or not, the zoo has created these memories in my head of conservation and wildlife, and that has shaped where I am now and why I want to impact nature. And what I think is so powerful in that is that when I grew up, zoos from over the past 20 years, I've not just grown. BIAZA and zoos as a whole, and as organizations, and as education organizations, and as conservation organizations, have grown so much as well, and that they're doing new and exciting things, and they're doing amazing things, and it feels just so amazing that at this time where I feel I am doing things now, and they're doing new and exciting things, that I would be awarded by the organization that oversees and kind of inspired me and has made everything grow and develop. And it's just bizarre that, yeah. And so it means the absolute world to me. I firmly believe that like zoos are an important conservation tool because they are the thing that inspired me. And I think like even if you look at like one organization I mentioned at the start there are 850 field conservation projects being supported by BIAZA collections, 1,300 plus research projects going on, and even within like the Royal Zoological Society of Scotland you can name so many. Like just this week Scottish wildcats were released in the Highlands, and as part of a reintroductory kind of program to kind of help save and conserve the species, and like that is partly run by the Royal Zoological Society of Scotland. Then you have organisations like, there's so many that I could mention. Well, even just within like RZSS, like there's the Pine Hoverfly Project. They support and help work with ICAS, which is, you might remember from my many episodes ago now, we had Arno on who talked about giant anteaters and armadillos, and they work with them. And then there's so many. When you look at like community outreach, like they do conservation in terms of like local communities and like bringing communities and people who don't usually go into the zoo or don't usually have a chance to interact with nature, they get a chance to kind of like be exposed to what is a wonderful, magical, incredible world because of zoos. And so there's all of these different things that go on that just make zoos amazing for me, and I think I am so happy to be part of that community, and it means the absolute world to me to be honoured in this way. Of course, I wouldn't have won this award without the incredible support of all of you. So thank you so much. If you've listened to the show, if you've listened to Razoo, our Zoo Review podcast, like thank you so much for all of your support with that. That is what kind of has, I guess, helped to get this. So it's all down to you. Thank you so much. Of course, thank you to Holly and Amy who nominated me. Thank you to everybody at the Royal Zoological Society of Scotland who has supported me and helped me along my way and helped me grow and provided me with like educational resources or inspired me in some way or been on the podcast, like David, Lizzie, like all of you, everybody who just welcomes me with like open arms when I come in through the door, like like I have to say like a huge thank you to Emily and Mary and all of the kind of team that like is always so kind to me when I'm there. And of course, huge thank you to Jodi, my zoo partner in crime, who has travelled the world, whether it be just to Chester within the UK or to Prague Zoo abroad or to artists or wherever it is. Like, thank you so much for your support and dealing with me for hours of podcast recordings. Thank you, of course, to my like friends who have always come to the zoo with me. And thank you to my parents for taking me to the zoo, and to my sister for coming along, whether she wanted to or not, whether she wanted to have a lion, she would always come with a smile, and I feel like she also learned something, whether she had to be dragged out of bed early or not. Thank you to all of you for like allowing me to follow any path that my life has taken, whether it be one that is expected or unexpected. For someone whose undergrad was in international relations, I don't think many people would have expected that to be an award that I was given, or a thing that I would have done. And so, I thank you very much for tolerating the fact that I have wandered many paths, many confusing paths sometimes, but of course all those paths led back to zoos and to wildlife, and so thank you for following me along them and pushing me along them sometimes when I needed the extra push and the extra encouragement. And yes, I can't think of anybody else that I need to thank. If I haven't thanked you, actually thank you to any zoo person who's been kind to me. That's a good one to finish on. Thank you beyond the RZSS and beyond my family and friends and the people who like I interact with more regularly. Thank you to any zoo person who has been kind and been nice to me and supported me and appeared on the show or allowed me to speak at your youth symposium or shown me around your zoo or done whatever you've done. Like, thank you so much, and thank you for all of your amazingness, because I feel like a lot of the time people come to the zoo to see the animals, and the animals are wonderful and fantastic, but the animals, the research wouldn't be done and the education work wouldn't be done without the hard work of all the people who work there too. So thank you guys for all of that, for showing me around and being amazing, and thank you to the animals. I think, actually, the most important of them all, for being my constant inspiration. I think, like, as I say, like, Kabid and Sanjay, the rhinos at Edinburgh Zoo, when they would welcome me in the mornings before summer school, like, that is what made me fall in love with rhinos. Thank you to Mo and Faye the sloths for being iconically lazy and brilliant. Thank you to Chan Chan and Yang Wan, the pandas who, like, will be leaving Edinburgh Zoo later this year, sadly, but, like, have been a constant source of inspiration, not just to me, but to everybody who, like, visits them, and I've been lucky enough to talk to about them. All the giraffes and the, like, and the tapirs. Mowgli, who used to live at Edinburgh Zoo, special shout out, because I love tapirs and you were fantastic. Dharma, my beloved Dharma, the tiger, who I love because she is sassy and I love that. And to the hundreds of penguins and all the other birds and reptiles and lizards and flamingos and apes and chimps and little monkeys and binturongs, especially binturongs, and of course the banteng, and all of the other animals that are constant inspirations to me. Gloria, the pygmy hippo, Amara, the baby pygmy hippo, who's now at London. All of you, even though you can't listen to podcasts, are the best and are why I do what I do. So, yeah. Thank you so much. Now, before I start thanking anything else, I feel like I've thanked everybody under the sun. Thank you so much to BIAZA, of course, for this award. Thank you to everybody for listening, and I guess I should go. There will be a regular episode next week, but I thought I deserved a week off because of this, from doing a full, long interview. Yes, so Africa episodes will return next week. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you follow the podcast, or if you don't follow the podcast, please follow it. If you do follow the podcast, already, maybe leave us a nice review or follow us on social media. We're at Pangolin Podcast on everything. I'm at The Only Jack Baker on Instagram and at Only Jack Baker on Twitter, so you can follow me on there. And yes, thank you so much. This award means the absolute world to me. I will cherish it. I will put it on my mantelpiece and look at it every day and not let anyone touch it, in case they drop it and smash it. And so thank you. Until next time, I love you all. Your support means the world, and goodbye.